who's this written to? So there are all kinds of answers to this, aren't there? There's the practical answers, like it's written to the king and the parliament, and maybe France and Spain to get some money. It could be written to the world. Even at one point it says to a candid world. I asked ChatGPT and it's like, it's clearly written to the candid world. And I found this quite amusing. It told me it was in the first line. I'm like, no, it's not in the first line. But all right. There's this great bit where, near the end, that you read so beautifully there, Zena. The supreme judge of the world. Is this the people of the world? Is this maybe God? Is this an allusion to God? I think there's another answer, which is maybe it's written to themselves on some level. Maybe it's like self-reflexive. What do we think?
I think of it like a pitch deck. Like I've been thinking about it more and more as trying to get your seed funding, right? For, as you say, trying to get French armaments, right?
And they need some material for this
They
stuff.
need some material. They have to say, look, are you serious? So they have to say they're serious, right? You need a serious breakup document to say, we're not going to get funding here. We're going to get funding there.
I have to say, I find the idea of the Declaration as a fundraising pitch just too cynical. I can't bear it.
This is why I live in America. You know what I love most about America? The lack of cynicism. I left that behind in England. I don't want the cynicism. That said, I think it's a good argument.
I didn't say it was only that, but yes, it is a pious. I mean, there's a certain amount of piety. And I was raised with a pious view, but it was very useful. It didn't come out of nowhere, right? Not just the list of grievances.
Yeah.
But it was a uniting, the way that words unite.
I do think there's a way in which it's addressed to a very general audience. Not just the contemporary audience. They see themselves as doing something radical and new that hasn't been done before, to found a country on ideas and principles. And they're also setting it down, I think, for themselves and for their children and grandchildren. So that's the uncynical interpretation I would like to defend, especially since I prepared for this podcast by reading a bunch of Lincoln. I mean, the Declaration played a huge role in the arguments for the restriction of slavery and the abolition of slavery. And so it had, whatever was intended at the time, it ended up bearing real weight